I want to introduce you to Mr. Joe Duffy. He is the Deputy Field Director for Organizing for America, which is a DNC project. He's been with, he was originally with the Obama for America group and was instrumental in the Iowa caucuses, correct? And is now working with Organizing for America since June of '09. And I want you to give Joe a big round of applause. We're so pleased to have you.
Thanks, Diane. Well, how's everyone doing today? Great. Thanks so much for coming. First off, I want to thank Denton County Democratic Women for hosting me and everyone for coming out. What we want to do here today is answer any questions that you might have regarding the current debate for health insurance reform, as well as kind of give you some ideas how you can get involved, as well as talk to your family and friends. Now, I know a lot of people are interested in what Organizing for America's involvement is going to be in 2010. And right now we are going to be involved. We're not entirely sure our exact involvement, but we realize the importance of getting local Democrats as well as statewide Democrats elected. And that in Texas, 2012 as well is a tremendous opportunity to turn Texas blue. And if we start investing and learning from all the tremendous success that all of you have put forth in the previous years, we can really do something special. So right now we realize how important health insurance reform not only is for the country, but for 2010 as well. We saw the same thing in 1993 with then President Clinton, where it was an issue that they were able to block the president, and as a result it had tremendous effect on 94 midterm elections. And the Republicans see this as the same opportunity. If we're able to stop health care reform right now, then this is going to have a tremendous effect on 2012 or 2010. So that's why we need all of you to get involved. Now, we're not going to be able to answer every single question everyone has here today, but what we can do is give you some information as well as direct you to the appropriate websites or resources so you can get that information. And even after doing that, you're most likely not going to be able to answer every question someone puts in front of you. But the important thing is I think we all can agree that the system is broke, and it's personally affect everyone, either a family member or a coworker or a neighbor who's had problems with health insurance reform. And telling that story to members of the community, your family and friends, is a really powerful message to say that we need to reform the system. I'd like to introduce Dr. Shirley. Dr. Shirley lives in, Angela Shirley, she lives in Dallas. She's a private practice physician. She's a clinical geneticist, I think that's how you say that. She is here on behalf of Doctors for America. And Doctors for America was originally Doctors for Obama, focused on helping raise awareness about health insurance during the presidential campaign, which is now Doctors for America. She is one of the co-chairs on the Ethics Committee at Medical City, as well as is involved with the State Department of Health here in Texas. She also was a volunteer with Obama Dallas during the election. So let's everyone give Dr. Angela Shirley a warm round of applause.
The biggest thing this bill does in terms of that is it eliminates the provisions for pre-existing conditions. It also eliminates most of the things that your insurance can currently ping you on, like how sick you are and what else you've got. It eliminates the ability of your insurance company to say, oh, you've just been diagnosed with XYZ. Well, guess what? Your premium's going to triple. They can still use a few things. They can still use your age. They can no longer use sex. I'm going to write down. I didn't write down the specifics, but you get the idea. It's like age, family size, I think was one, and then there's something else that's sort of that same easily measurable issue. I don't know if you know it, but women pay higher insurance premiums than men do. Men of the same age, so that's presumably to cover maternity stuff, but may also be because we go to the doctor more. Because men don't go to the doctor. It's true, by the way. Yeah, all the women, I'm the front runner. Right now, also, there are lifetime and sometimes annual limits on what insurances will pay. The bill eliminates those. There's sliding scale affordability, and also caps out-of-pocket expenses. And here's where we start to get into the public option stuff and the insurance exchange.
And I have a question I would like to answer for both of you. Several times at Dr. Burgess's town hall meetings, he has mentioned state or local co-ops as an alternative to public option. Could both of you comment on the viability of co-ops?
They aren't, is the short answer. The co-op example that gets used, and I apologize, I don't know the name of the actual co-op, but it's in Washington State, that gets used. The whole idea behind a co-op is, everybody's been in a co-op for something, even if it was laundry in your dorm in college. The idea is that you work together to do one thing, and then everybody sort of shares in the profits by it. That's a great idea. The one co-op that keeps getting used as an example is the only viable co-op in the country. And its insurance premiums have gone up every year, just like regular insurance companies. It does not cycle its profits back to its members. It invests them. Now, that may be what the members voted to do, but only apparently 7% of their members actually get involved enough to vote on stuff. So, co-ops, as they currently exist, are not viable options compared to the public option. They're just another version of essentially for-profit insurance. Nobody trusts the physicians anymore. My personal opinion, taking his observation one step further, is because we don't talk to people anymore. Somebody comes in and they have whatever, some sort of symptom, and instead of sitting and saying, well, tell me about that fight you just had with your mother-in-law, okay? We say, well, here's a prescription. Or here's a referral to somebody you can go talk to. We don't talk to people anymore, and then that all cycles back to the fact that there's no incentive. I can sit and talk to somebody for an hour, but then I can't pay my office staff, and I can't pay my insurance, and I can't pay my taxes, I can't pay my rent. So that all cycles back, and this is why I started to talk at this point of, this is way more complex than you think it is, even if you're really interested in it.